And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds, tongues, and nations. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of the life of the Lamb, slain from the foundation of the world. If any man have an ear, let him hear. Revelation 13, 7 through 9. The master plan to capture the world, to capture the church. That's why we've got cotton candy religion today. What is cotton candy religion? Hot air. Doctrines of demons, Paul called. Doctrines of demons are being expounded from the pulpits of so many churches today. He's captured the church, what he said he was going to do. And he's done it. He's already got it. When they brought me, first, they let me see this scout. That's the first thing I saw was this outline. They let me see that. So John the Baptist wrote about it because I was very weak on spiritual warfare. I'm Southern Baptist. We didn't have too much teaching in that area. Then, in fact, I'd never heard but one sermon in my entire life that ever mentioned the devil. And that was when I was 12 years old, and it scared the devil out of me. So that's when I first came to the church, you see. And then no more. Even in the seminary, he was never mentioned. Didn't mention the devil, didn't mention the demons or anything. It was the ministry of the children that first opened my eyes as we brought these children into our home. Most of them had been used, misused, abused. For instance, the last child they brought into our home, state rescued her that day. She was locked up in a cage with a cat. She's only 18 months old, this little girl. And the only thing that they said that she'd had to eat for that solid week was the drop-ins of that cat. And that demon-possessed individual that had that little girl got his jollies off by putting his lighted cigarettes out on the bottom of her feet, to see her feet. You see, this is not human. Something beyond humanity had to do that. This is not human. And it was those children, how they had been abused, misused, neglected, and all of them was crying for help. And they came to my house expecting me to help them, and I was the least prepared person in the world. I had no training in spiritual war at all. I didn't even know. But as I looked at them, I knew that there was a force out there far greater than I knew about. And that's the first thing God took me to see. He educated me quickly. He showed me how this is done by design, how spiritual war is done, and how they operate on two emotions in that world, hate and fear. They hate all humans and they fear their boss. There's no love in that at all. And that's why he has enforcing the rules of the satanic world. It is a world without love. There's no love at all there. It is operated by fear and hate. They hate all humans and they fear their boss. They fear him. Now, people don't pay any attention to this. But Satan, show you how devious he is, took 1/3 of the angels of heaven with him in his rebellion. What did that tell you? When you think about this, there's no dummies in the angel corps. And yet he deceived 1/3 of the angels. How did he do it? This tells about his ability. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 4 says he's the God of this world. That word God is not a name. It's a title. It's translated from the Greek word theos, from which we get our word theology. The definition of English is divine ruling magistrate high potentate. Think about that. That's his title. Divine means set apart, put above. Ruling magistrate. Who is a ruling magistrate? One that has authority by law to control the conduct of those under his jurisdiction. That's why Satan says 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 25, verse 26, he can take any lost person at will. He's a divine ruling magistrate. Not long ago, I had a lawyer call me from New York. He says, I have a man up here charged with murder. He's got a copy of your book, Demon's Eyewitness Account. It says in there, the devil can make people do what he wants. He wants you to come up here and testify that the devil made him do it. I said, well, if you send me a subpoena, I'll come up there and testify what the Bible says. Just what I wrote is what it says. He says, okay. 2 weeks later, he called me back and he said, I'll get the subpoena. 2 weeks later, he called me back and said, the judge, get out of here, man. I ain't opening that can of worms in this court. So, but he let me see the God of this world at work. And he is a God. All them people out there serving him, and they don't know it. They don't know it.